is Ayotunde Adejumo, chilling with you on the Voice of the People TV. Don't touch that remote. You are where God wants you to be, listening to the Voice of the People TV.
The Bible says we should give thanks in all circumstances, and all circumstances include the good times and the bad, the high times and the low, the times when everything look as if they are going well, and those times when Enugbe, the ground is dry like the sand in the desert. Those times when you feel like giving up, you should give thanks still. My name is Jeff Melu, and I'm a gospel poet, and you should keep watching VOP TV. Don't touch that dial.
Yes, sir. Kábíyèsí Olúọ̀run, we were born to give you twale, to give you a shame. People watching Voice of the People TV, and my name is Flo Rocker. I encourage you to listen to things of the gospel. You know, we live in a very perilous times where there are some things you watch on television, you will lose faith, you will lose God. Keep your eyes on Voice of the People TV and remain blessed. Flo Rocker says so. Kuzoshi.
On Edu Dialogue, we bring you fresh ideas and conversations shaping the future of learning in Nigeria and beyond.
This is Health Check, your weekly guide to better living, smarter choices, and trusted answers. From everyday wellness to urgent health issues, we've got you covered. Health Check, only on Voice of the People television, where your health has a voice.
My name is Tao Familoni, and here's to VOP TV. Keep watching, stay tuned, do not touch that dial.
My name is Made Kuti, and you're watching VOP TV. Keep watching.
Welcome, my name is Zika Davis. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, boys, viewers, everybody, boys and girls. This is VOP TV. Do you know what that means? Voice of the People TV. You don't have a voice, don't come here. You better make sure your voice is heard.
Welcome to the locker room, the home of football talk that matters. I am Jerry Ampelon. Join us every weekday, Monday to Friday at 5 p.m. Nigerian time, as we share the hot takes and hot debates in the exciting world of football. And joining me are the usual suspects, Ikechukwu and Mayowa, as we break down all the hot takes and everything that's happening in the football. Don't just watch football, live it with us. Like I always say, if not 20 minutes off, please the sport.
And it's Hakim Ziyech who puts the Atlas.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
Hello and welcome to the news hour on Voice of the People television. I am Chioma Innocent. Before we begin, kindly visit our website. It's www.vop.ng for fresh and trending news. First, the headlines. Army strikes Insurgent supply convoy in Borno State. Peter Obi slams reps for ignoring vote buying at primaries. Serap orders President Tinubu to release tax laws in 7 days. NDREA arrests woman after drugs found in children's room. Recalled Indomie vegetable flavor not sold in Nigeria. Lagos woman fakes kidnapping for ransom. Underworld report, gunmen kill 9 people at a bar near Johannesburg. In business, NATI calls for 5-year review of Nigeria Tax Act 2025. In sports, CAF set $10 million prize for 2025 champions. And in the world of entertainment, Adekunle Gold pulls out of Music City Central performance. Now the news in detail. We'll begin with some cheery news where Nigerian troops under Operation Hadinkai have intercepted a terrorist logistics convoy in Borno State, killing 21 fighters. The operation took place around the Sojiri and Kayamla communities in the state. The army said the action followed intelligence that insurgents were moving supplies and planning coordinated attacks. Troops working with civilian vigilantes moved quickly to block their advance. A fierce gun battle broke out when contact was made, with soldiers repelling an attempted flanking move. Superior firepower forced the attackers to retreat into nearby forest areas. Security forces later recovered food items, bicycles, drugs, clothing, and weapons from the scene. The army says follow-up operations are ongoing to track fleeing suspects and secure the area. Meanwhile, the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERP, has given President Tinubu 7 days to publish certified of the federal tax laws. The demand comes amid claims that some provisions may have been altered after the period mentioned 4 key laws, including the Nigeria Tax Act and the National Revenue Service Establishment Act. The group wants clear confirmation that the laws signed by the president match the version passed by the lawmakers. The organization also called for an independent panel to investigate the allegations led by a retired justice of the Supreme Court or the Court of Appeal. SERP says the findings should be made public and anyone responsible should face prosecution. According to the civil society group, making the certified copies available will allow Nigerians to check the laws and challenge any unconstitutional provisions. They warned that if the government does not act within 7 days, legal action will follow to enforce compliance. Now to politics. Former governor of Anambra State and the 2023 Labour presidential candidate Peter Obi has criticized the House of Representatives for failing to criminalize vote buying at party primaries. He described the decision as a setback to democracy, a major threat to credible elections. He expressed disappointment that the House declined to act at the foundational level of party primaries. The former governor warned that democracy loses its meaning when votes are traded for money. That efforts to curb vote buying would fail if the issue is not tackled from the start of the electoral process. Obi also highlighted that the culture of vote buying has spread politics into unions and student elections. Called for both. The democratic future must begin with integrity at the very start of the elections. Now to National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDREA, have arrested a suspected female drug kingpin in Lagos after uncovering a large cache of cocaine. The arrest followed a 20-month manhunt linked to a trans-border trafficking syndicate. The NDLEA said 23.50 kilograms of cocaine were found hidden inside a suitcase in the suspect's children's room. The drugs are estimated to be worth over 5 billion naira on the street. According to the agency, the suspect went underground after the arrest of the cartel's former leaders in 2024. Intelligence tracking eventually led officers to her residence in Surulere. The NDREA said the arrest is part of wider nationwide operations targeting drug traffickers. The agency reaffirmed its commitment to dismantling drug networks and keeping illicit drugs off Nigerian streets. Moving on to health, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, says the Indomie noodles flavor recently recalled in France is not available in the Nigerian market. The agency explained that the products did not originate from Nigeria. NAFDAC made the clarification following public concerns triggered by reports of the recall over undeclared allergens. It said the affected vegetable flavor is not registered for sale in the country. The agency has directed nationwide surveillance to ensure the product does not find its way into Nigeria. Officials have been instructed to immediately remove it if this anywhere. NAFDAC assured consumers that all Indomie noodles sold locally are produced in Nigeria under strict safety standards. It urged the public to report any suspicious product to the nearest NAFDAC office. Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State will sign the 2026 appropriation bill valued at 892 into law on Monday. The signing marks a key step in the state's planning for the coming year. The 2026 budget, called the Budget of Economic Expansion, was passed last week by the Oyo State House of Assembly. Lawmakers described it as carefully reviewed to ensure it meets the state's development goals. Governor Makinde said the fiscal plans past achievement while promoting growth and job creation. He highlighted investment in infrastructure, human capital, and economic opportunities across Oyo State. The signing ceremony is expected to attract top officials, traditional rulers, and political leaders. It will officially start the implementation of the state at 2026. Now, the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, has clarified that increases in transport fares during the Yuletide period are not unlawful, but one that exploitative or unfair practices by road transport operators will attract regulatory action. The Commission made the statement on Sunday, and complaints about arbitrary fare hikes across the country. Director of Corporate Affairs, Ondaje Ijagu, said seasonal demand and operational costs may affect fares, but consumers are entitled to clear, accurate, and timely information before travel. Executive Vice Chairman and CEO Tunji Bello stressed that while price increases are not illegal, conduct that take advantage of during the Yuletide season is definitely uncalled for. Now, Bello added that practices such as inadequate fare disclosure, coercion, or coordinated pricing arrangement would be strictly monitored. He urged consumers to confirm fares before travel, retain proof of payment, and report suspected violations through the FCCPC's complaint portal or its hotlines. The Commission continues to engage transport unions, park managers, and operators nationwide to promote responsible pricing and market behavior during the festive season. Now joining us virtually for the news analysis segment on the News Hour today, we have Take It Back Movement Koshofe Coordinator Okpemi Benjamin Ogunlame. He'll be joining us very, very shortly. But in the meantime, we'll take a short break and return with more news stories. Stay tuned.
In a world where power shifts with every headlines, news breaks and events happens, we bring you unbiased and explicit on the nation. We bring the chaos. Facts, not fluff. Truth, not speed. We discuss not just politics, but a glimpse into the future. Voice of the People Television. Now you have more than a voice.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
In a world where power shifts its every headlines, news breaks and events happens, we bring you unbiased and explicit information on politics, economy, and state of the nation. We break down the chaos. Facts, not fluff. Truth, not speed. We discuss not just politics, but a glimpse into the future. Voice of the People Television. Now you have more than a voice.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter. Now you have more than a voice.
Welcome back. You're still watching the news hour right here on Voice of the People Television. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu received the Okpambata, the ceremonial staff of the Eyo Masquerade, marking the start of the Adamorisha Play 2025. The presentation took place at Lagos House Marina during a homage visit by families of notable personalities to be honored. Honorees include the late Iyaloja General Chief Abibat Mogaji, mother of President Bola Tinubu, General Mobolaji Johnson, Alhaji Lateef Jakonde, and Sir Michael Otedola. The ceremony, called Ijade Okpayo, featured prayers, traditional songs, and cultural performances. Chief Adebola Dosumu, Olorieyo, and Akinshiku of Lagos led the procession alongside other adherents carrying their Opambata. Governor Sanwo-Olu described the festival as a vibrant expression of Lagos heritage, showcasing unity, peace, and progress. Is part of preparatory rites ahead of the main festival on Saturday, December 27. Dosumu reminded participants of key cultural rules, including restrictions on footwear, caps, scarves, and photographing sacred orishas while allowing pictures of the masquerades. The Nigerian Air Force has compensated victims and families affected by the accidental airstrikes in Sokoto State on December 25, 2024. The incident impacted residents of Gidanbisa and Rumtua villages in Silame local government area. Air Marshal Sunday Aneke, represented by AVM Edward Gapquet, expressed gratitude to Governor Ahmed Aliyu for fostering civil-military cooperation. He commended local security initiatives, including the Sokoto State Community Guards Corps, for complementing federal efforts. The airstrikes occurred under Operation Fansanyama, targeting suspected armed terrorists. Investigations confirmed 13 civilians were unintentionally killed and 8 others injured, prompting urgent compensation. The Air Force introduced a civilian harm mitigation and response action plan to prevent future incidents. The initiative aims to strengthen operational planning, improve investigations, and ensure accountability while safeguarding civilian lives. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Customs Service intercepted 20 diverted transit containers with a total duty paid value of 769.5 million naira along the Kano-Jigawa axis. The operation aimed to curb cargo diversion and protect government revenue. Comptroller General Bashir Adewale Adeni explained that the seizure occurred between the second and fourth quarter of 2025. He warned that cargo diversion undermines national security and Nigeria's credibility in the global trade. Inspection revealed the containers held vitrified tiles, diesel engine oil, polyester fabrics, used clothing, medical consumables, and Zamzam bottled water. Some items were classified as prohibited imports under common external tariff regulations. To strengthen monitoring, electronic container tracking devices will be deployed nationwide. The CGC urged importers and logistics operators to follow approved transit procedures and report suspicious activities promptly. A 26-year-old housewife in Lagos and her 30-year-old accomplice have been arrested for faking her own kidnapping. Police say the scheme was aimed at extorting 2.5 million naira from her husband, who lives in South Africa. The alleged abduction began on November 24 when the husband reported that armed men had taken his wife and demanded a ransom. He paid part of the money, but she was never released as claimed. Investigations revealed inconsistencies in her story. Her accomplice admitted helping her create a WhatsApp account used to demand the ransom, and evidence traced the stolen phone she claimed was taken. Police have recovered the phone and are continuing investigations. Both suspects are sent to face court, while the Lagos Police Commissioner warned that false reports waste critical security resources. We'll take a very short break now. When we return, we'll come with the World Report, business, sport, and entertainment stars. Stay with us. Welcome back. We now bring you the World Report, where a very tragic development has unfolded, with 9 people being killed after armed men opened fire at a bar in Bekkersdal outside Johannesburg, South Africa. The attack happened in the early hours of Sunday, leaving the community in shock. Police say 10 other people were injured when the gunmen stormed the tavern and began shooting randomly. Some victims were hit inside the bar, while others were shot as they tried to escape. Security officials said the attackers were armed with pistols and one carried an AK-47 rifle. The gunmen also reportedly robbed victims of phones and other valuables before fleeing. The incident comes amid growing concerns over violent crimes in South Africa. Police have launched a manhunt and appealed to the public for information that could lead to the arrest of those responsible. Now, more than 500,000 people have been forced to flee their homes in Cambodia following 2 weeks of deadly clashes with Thailand. The Interior Ministry said civilians, including women and children, are facing severe hardship due to shelling, rockets and airstrikes. In Thailand, around 400,000 people have also been displaced as fighting continues along the 800-kilometer border. Tanks, drones and artillery have caused widespread destruction, with at least 41 deaths reported on both sides. The conflict stems from a long-standing territorial dispute over colonial-era borderlines and ancient temples. Both nations have accused each other of attacking civilians and reigniting the violence. International bodies including the United Nations, China, the European Union and the ASEAN have called for an immediate ceasefire. ASEAN, foreign ministers are set to meet in Kuala Lumpur on Monday to address the escalating situation. Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has ordered a review of the country's police and intelligence services following a deadly shooting at a Hanukkah festival on Bondi Beach in Sydney. 15 people were killed when a father and son allegedly opened fire at the celebration on December 14, reportedly inspired by Islamic State ideology. The father, Sajid Akram, 50 years old, was shot dead by police. His 24-year-old son, Naveed, remains hospitalized under police guard and faces terrorism and murder charges. Authorities noted that the son had been investigated in 2019 for radicalization but was deemed not a threat at the time. Albany said the attack revealed gaps in the nation's security systems and called for a full review to ensure agencies have the powers, structures and coordination to protect Australians. The father and son recently returned from a month-long trip to the southern Philippines, which is under investigation. Experts described the father-son attack as highly unusual and stressed that the radicalization appeared to go unnoticed for many years. Meanwhile, Alex Patel Wills, a 26-year-old student from Grove Road, Barnet, was sentenced to 25 years in prison for sexually assaulting 5 women. His attack spanned 4 years and included 4 fellow students. The investigation began after a report of rape in Brighton on October 31, 2021, leading to the identification of 4 other victims. The assaults occurred between the year 2018 and 2021 across London and Brighton. He faced charges of 5 counts of rape, 2 counts of sexual assault, and 2 counts of assault by penetration. The jury found him guilty on most counts and sentenced him to 19 years in prison, with an additional 6 years on extended license. Detective Constable Vicky Blythe praised the victims for reporting the crimes and helping secure justice. She emphasized that holding offenders accountable strengthens safety for women and girls and urged victims to come forward confidentially. We'll take a very short break now, return with more stories. Stay tuned.
In a world where power shifts its every headlines, news breaks and events happens, we'll bring you unbiased and explicit information on politics, economy, and state of the nation. We break down the chaos. Facts, not fluff. truth, not speed. We discuss not just politics, but a glimpse into the future. Voice of the People Television. Now you have more than a voice.
Welcome back. Now we take you straight into the world of business, where the Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, NETI, has recommended that the Nigeria Tax Act 2025 be reviewed after 5 years. The review aims to reflect changing fiscal realities and strengthen oversight of extractive sector revenues, including oil, gas, and solid minerals. NETI said the future evaluation would help identify gaps, align the tax system with global transparency standards, and formally institutionalize the agency's monitoring role. The recommendation was outlined in a policy brief titled Beyond Ascent: Pathways for Implementing Nigeria's New Tax and Revenue Framework. The new tax reform, signed into law on June 26, 2025, consolidates revenue collection under the Nigeria Revenue Service. The law officially takes effect on January 1, 2026, following a 6-month transition period to educate the public and align systems. In the short term, NETI urged legal and regulatory safeguards to ensure transparency in the extractive sector. The agency also recommended disaggregated reporting of revenues and mandatory disclosure of tax waivers, exemptions, and incentives to maintain accountability. Still in business, Nigeria's daily gas supply increased to 4.684 billion standard cubic feet in November 2025, up from 3.94 billion standard cubic feet in October. The rise was driven by higher utilization rate at a major processing plant and steady LNG export from Borno. The Soko gas plant recorded the highest utilization at 96.84%, while the Nigeria LNG trains 16 operated at 73.7% capacity. Escravos gas plant saw a slight drop in utilization to 62%, reflecting broader operational adjustment. Domestic gas deliveries also improved, with the power sector consuming 0.645 BSCF per day and commercial users taking 0.581 BSCF. Industrial gas demand rose to 0.420 BSCF, indicating a gradual recovery despite infrastructure and price challenges. Exports remain strong, with NLNG shipping 101,555 cubic meters daily, while the West African gas pipeline maintained 0.121 BSCF per day. The LPG market had a surplus of nearly 1,000 metric tons daily, though retail prices stayed high due to transport costs and foreign exchange pressures. From business, we'll take you straight into the world of sport, where the Confederation of African Football, CAF, has announced that the 2025 AFCON winners in Morocco will receive $10 million. This marks a significant rise from the $7 million awarded in 2023. Runners-up will get $4 million, while the two semi-finalists earn $2.5 million each. CAF says the increase is aimed at boosting competitiveness and the tournament's global appeal. Morocco will kick off the competition against Comoros at the 69,000-seat Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium in Rabat. The hosts are under huge pressure to win, with star player Achraf Hakimi returning from injury. Other strong teams include Senegal, reigning champions Ivory Coast, Egypt, and Nigeria, led by Victor Osimhen. CAF hopes the higher prize money will encourage excellence and raise the profile of African football worldwide. Still in sports, Morocco kicks off the 2025 African Cup of Nations on Sunday, carrying the weight of home expectations. Star defender Achraf Hakimi returns from injury as the Atlas Lions aim for continental glory. Senegal, Ivory Coast, Egypt, led by Mohamed Salah, and Nigeria, with Victor Osimhen, are among Morocco's toughest rivals. The tournament runs into the new year with the final set for January 18. Morocco boasts a world record run of 18 consecutive victories and last reached the World Cup semi-finals in 2022. Coach Walid Regragui said anything short of victory at home will be seen as a failure. The tournament also showcases Morocco's world-class stadiums, including the 69,000-seat Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium in Rabat. CAF has adjusted the schedule due to global football calendar changes, with the next AFCON planned for the year 2028. And now we bring you some entertainment news. West Afrobeat star Adekunle Gold has cancelled his scheduled performance at Music City Central. The singer announced the decision via his official social media platforms. He said the event organizers failed to meet key agreed obligations while the venue was not adequately prepared. According to him, the conditions made it impossible to deliver the quality show expected by fans. Adekunle Gold apologized to fans who had planned to attend the concert, acknowledging their support and commitment. He said the decision was not taken lightly. The singer assured fans that updates on future performances would be shared through his official channels. He reaffirmed his dedication to delivering exceptional music and live experiences. Nigerian actress Nancy Isime has marked her 34th birthday by commissioning a playground at Methodist Primary School in Ikorodu, Lagos. She celebrated the occasion alongside pupils and staff of the school. The actress said the project reflects her belief in encouraging outdoor play and creativity among children. She noted that reducing screen time is essential for healthy childhood development. In a video shared on Instagram, she recalled her childhood love for reading and playing outdoors. She said these experiences inspired her continued support for schools. Nancy Sime added that celebrating her birthday through educational projects have become a personal tradition. She expressed gratitude for the opportunity to create lasting memories for the pupils. And that is on the news hour. Before we go, let's take a quick look at the headlines. We told you that the army has struck insurgent supply convoy in Borno State. Peter Obi slams reps for ignoring vote buying at primaries. Serap orders President Tinubu to release tax laws in 7 days. NDREA arrests women after drugs found in children's room. Recalled Indomie vegetable flavor not sold in Nigeria, according to NAFDAC. Lagos woman fakes kidnapping for ransom. On the World Report, you heard that gunmen have killed 9 people at a bar near Johannesburg. In business, we told you that NATI has called for a 5-year review of the Nigeria Tax Act 2025. In sport, CAF sets $10 million prize for 2025 champions. And in the world of entertainment, Adekunle Gold pulls out of Music City Central performance. Do also subscribe to our YouTube channel. On YouTube, we are Voice of the People TV, and on other social media platforms, we are at VOP TV Live. If you witness news happening near you, we want to hear from you. Send your eyewitness reports, event coverage requests, photos or videos directly via WhatsApp to 0814-606-4057. You can also reach our newsroom by email at news@vop.ng. I am Chioma Innocent. Thank you for watching.
This is African News on Voice of the People Television, where we don't just bring you the news, we bring you Africa's heartbeats, the policies that shapes our world, and the economy that determines our future. African News on